Another day, another grind. This time, I'm playing against my good old friend that started to play that game with me, Fighting Falcon. He's on Kislev. I took the Lizard Man, and let's see what I brought and what he brought. So I went pretty, pretty strange with a Ancient Salamander, Bastillodon, the Umbral Tide over here, Krogar against the anti-artillery that he could have brought because I thought he would do that, Skink Priest, and then just Skink Cohorts, couple of Feral Cold ones. We have two of Cold One Riders, and over here we have Chameleon Skinks to get the point. For him, yeah, he has the Griffin Legion. Over here, Kosovites Dervishes, another Griffin Legion, then Armored Corsairs with great weapons, plus Corsairs, Warbear Riders, Little Grom, and Zarina Katerina not on her mount. So, yeah, this is basically a showing, I would say, which shows how the POV must be when some good players play against me. So my friend here, he didn't play for a long time. And Krogar immediately doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Shoot with his Hands of Gods into the Little Grom. Over here, he didn't notice, I have the Colossadon Hunters moving around the battlefield just to go for Little Grom. But on the other side, yeah, Little Grom can shoot a little bit in. And it was a little bit strange. So he said he was shooting with Little Grom, but yeah, nothing really happened. So he lost ammunition, that's for sure. But can you see that? I don't know. So it was a very, very strange beginning here. Nothing really happens. I'm moving up with the Bastillodon because he was pretty passive. And that is exactly what kind of I do, right? I'm very passive. Let the enemy engage. Let the enemy engulf you. And yeah, now I'm moving up a little bit. Need to get the point. The Ancient Salamander is trying to shoot into the Griffin Legion. Gets a good hit in. So the Griffin Legion now trying to move away once again into the woods. But I was not very scared of them, right? Over here, the Kosovite Dervishes, they are getting probably engaged soon with the skirmish skinks shooting here in, and my Cold One Riders, they're going onto the other side to trying to defend against the Griffin Legion. Now over here, he didn't notice that the Colossadon Riders jumped onto his cannon and it was done. So you see that this is exactly how beginners play. They don't have awareness. They don't know what is happening all around because they're kind of like trying to make a move somewhere on the battlefield and everything else is like static, right? Yeah, Little Grom almost down. I was a little bit surprised that I didn't went there for the kill, but I come back for sure. And now he is like moving in with his whole army. My Bastillodon shooting into now the Corsairs because he is now kind of like, oh, all right, I have to do something, right? I have to do something, but he is losing Kosovites here. His Griffin Legion is already pretty low. Now Krogar gets into the damage, into the Warbear Riders here. Not a good engage, and also my Skinks are basically not very good against his Riders. So that is exactly what he should use, as you can see. So we have the Umbral Tide shooting into the Griffin Legion, but they're staying really tall. He is trying to push through here, which he should have done way earlier and together. Flock of Doom activated and Curse of Anahir, I guess. Did I do that? Yeah. So now we have the Curse of Anahir. He is using some spells here for sure. So basically he's pretty much active. And he crunched down Krogar pretty nicely. So now just imagine he would have used his flanking cavalry now. I think he can win. I took him way too easy, but now he gets engulfed everywhere. I'm going for his Corsairs. I'm moving into his units right now and can get a nice charge here with the Feral Cold Ones. Those Zargard, which are pretty good units, are basically running and wobbling around. Griffin Legion, they're unbreakable, but they're almost losing a lot of HP here. Skin cohorts trying to stand ground against those Griffin Legions, which having a hard time. And Bastillodon shooting over here. I didn't know that the Bastillodon has this one little rider that is, yeah, shooting with a couple of those spears. Yeah, they are throwing like the behind the back passes or behind the back. Yeah, but this is basically a lost fight. So he has a lot of engagements which are really good, but I think you get overwhelmed by the sheer amount of units on the field and what is happening, right? Here, once again, armored Corsairs get crunched by Cold One Riders. And once again, when you look at the battlefield, Krogar is pretty low. Like, he did a great job, and now he's coming in once again with the Griffin Legion, which are anti-infantry, so they just destroyed this skin cohorts here for sure. And Krogar has to move away. Over here, once again, nice spell, right? He's using Frostbite spell to keep me in place, but he can't go for the Umbral Tide, and that's why I'm kind of can't shoot into his very strong and expensive Zargard here. So picking everything apart now, the Cold One Riders are now going for Zorina, Katarina. We even have the Ancient Salamander still shooting in, but he is in the backline of my army, so it is not bad at all what he did, but it was just the indecisiveness that kind of lets him lose the game. So yeah, fast forward here pretty much, and you can see now army losses kicking in. And when you look at my army, I was barely prepared for his cavalry. So a more experienced player, and that is usually what kind of I face, a more experienced player knows how to use this as an advantage, right? He would never lose his artillery, that's for sure. And yeah, all the other values here are kind of, yeah, as you can see, like Warbear Riders could have used better. Also the Griffin Legion, his bowmen get really destroyed, and even the Zargard, that's like very much non-existent value. Krogar did great. Zorina tried, but yeah, let's see now a match where he tries domination for the first time. Alright, we are back here at Battle for Itza, and Fighting Falcon plays his first domination map against me. So Wood Elves against Khorne. I went with the Wood Elves just because I could practice here. And yeah, so immediately what you can see in his army, it is very elite. So he has the Hounds of the Bloodhunt. He has Chaos Warriors with dual weapons, Chaos Warriors with halberds, and Exalted Bloodletters, plus a Bloodthirster and the Exalted Bloodthirster. Very elite, very expensive. And on my side, I have a lot of Vanguard positioning because, of course, I have the experience right now to get the points, hold the points. I know what's up. We have Glade Guards here in the woods, plus a Spellsinger with Malkos and Pit of Shades. Or do we have Pit of Shades? No, just Malkos. And then Wildwood Rangers in the middle. One shooting unit because it's corn. You can defend it. And the Glade Lord on a dragon here. So yeah, let's fast forward, and immediately you can see he is going for the flank without taking this point here. Yeah, fast forward one more time. So we're taking the point immediately, and I think he didn't know what happened here. So I got the point, and he didn't see those units here, as he said, like, oh, they're kind of yeah, invisible stalkers, right? Here, Bloodthirster goes in against the Dryads, which is pretty good. Like, you can go in, I would say, but he is anti-large. So the bonus here is pretty low. Plus, the Deepwood Scouts can shoot in with their magic arrows that will hurt him a lot. So yeah, he's going away, fighting a couple of those Dryads here. But that's a good engage when you bring something with it, right? Now he is going for point number 3 because it is basically unprotected. I summoned in immediately Glade Riders just to have a little bit of a shock cavalry here. And he is just taking the point, which is totally fine. I mean, as a first-time player, it is good. So he gets the point. I'm on 2 points. I don't have to push, right? And here he is just losing his Bloodthirster, right? Which is, yeah, having a hard time here. So now flies away. Good decision here. Damages my Dryads. And yeah, basically, I wanted to ensure the fight. I thought he would stay there more. So I summoned in the Warden of Sithrel. But for now, what you will see is, yeah, a nice charge here with the Glade Riders into the Exalted Bloodletters. And basically need to go away once again, right? Just move out. I could practice charge and move. And yeah, it's very slow, right? The decision making for a beginner player is so low. You can see a lot of thinking, a lot of being slow. And now the Bloodthirster plus the Exalted Bloodthirster going in here. And the decision, once again, is not bad, right? You go here with flaming attacks, armor piercing, and also go into the Glade Guard here. Unfortunately, we have here support, right? We have support which can shoot into the Bloodthirster. And the main problem here is for fighting Falcon. He is basically playing it like Conquest. What I still do as well. He is just taking the fights, right? Instead of picking the good fights. He's coming here with the Chaos Warriors against Wildwood Rangers, right? They will rip those apart. Like, I mean, yes, they're losing, but the effectiveness of those units here is not that high. Now, the Hounds are coming from the side, which is pretty good. So he is doing good engagements, but I can react to that because his decisions are way slower than from other players. And he gets a good charge here. So he is soon taking this point here. You will see. Over here, I summoned in the Lost Silver Knights and get a nice charge onto the Hounds of the Blood Hunt. Moving one more time away. Shooting with the Glade Guard here. And point number 1 is very secured. So I'm moving up with the Dryads here into the middle. Plus the Deepwood Scouts will support the shooting. Glade Riders here fighting the Hounds. And he summons in the cannon, right? And that is basically a very, very good move. What he didn't do is protecting the cannon, right? He's shooting now here into the Glade Lord, but the Glade Lord just gets in, jumps on it, is surrounded, so I shouldn't take that much damage here. But I'm trying to maneuver the Lost Silver Knights around here. One little charge onto the Bloodletters. Yeah, nice charge over here. Let them fly. And then move on to the cannon. And the cannon gets value here. You can see, nice shot. Deleting a couple of those Wardens. We have the Dryads here. Hounds getting shot by the Elves. And this is exactly how you should play, probably, Wood Elves. Now you go for point number 3 with the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. Value-wise, it's like really high. So you can see that the trading is just too bad. I think I'm using a Arrow of Kurnos here in a moment. Or I did already, probably. Lost Silver Knights just stand around. And he's also not doing anything, not protecting the cannon. And the cannon gets him a couple of value here. So it is not bad. Another charge into the cannon. And his Lord is pretty low. The Bloodthirster is down. And now we move up with the Spellsinger. But you can see he is slowly but surely chipping away on the middle point. And I'm too slow. Here, a little bit of a blunder. Spawn of Corn coming in. But get so much damage by the Deepwood Scouts. So it's basically they arrive and they're already dead. And they would have been probably a pretty good idea somewhere else, because yeah, they don't have a lot of armor, so the Dryads do a good job against all the Khorne units, right? Meanwhile, we have point number 3 as well, taking it away. I don't want to fight too much those halberds here, but I charge in one more time. Yeah, get them pretty low, and then they are running off. But yeah, it starts to flip. He had a moment where he tried to flip it, and he is hurting my Wildwood Rangers here, the other Wildwood Rangers unit as well, but he is losing meanwhile his Lord, and that's pretty bad. Also, the cannon is down, and my Glade Lord plus the Lost Silver Knights could finish the job. Another charge here coming in into the very low Bloodletters. Yeah. He resummons his Bloodthirster, which gets caught in the air by the net and now has to fight a dragon and the shooting here. Really nasty stuff. Yeah. And that is the point. Like, he is trading always into a very, very bad situation, which basically is what I do the same when I play more experienced players, right? Yeah, as you can see, my supplies are running really high because the battlefield looks like there is no really big threat on the field. And yep, Deepwood Scouts should have been recycled. Glade Guard as well, even though they have a little bit of ammunition, but they're kind of very low in amount. My other Deepwood Scouts here basically in the woods, and yeah, as you can see, he didn't bring, for example, any mobility in his reinforcing army, right? So he has a very static army, only with a couple of hounds here. Let's fast forward, because triple capped he can't really summon in anything. One unit is coming now, the Chaos Warriors of Khorne with dual weapons, and basically I can charge them away. Here, this one dual weapon unit, and yeah, the battlefield looks very empty. Nothing that he kind of Hence, well, he could summon in. He has a lot of supplies, but it is pretty tough. This is exactly how it is for me when I play other players in the beginning, right? Charge is going down while Hunters of Kurnos have a nice value, like they didn't do a lot, but I notice here in this match, even though I am leading, my units are not the strongest. Like, I get a couple of charts off, but they're not the strongest one. Over here, what do we have? Once again, Hounds of the Blood Hunt. They are going in now for the Dryads here, which is pretty good. I mean, that is exactly what you want to do. Nice attack. Leadership of the Dryads is running low. They have a little bit of, dampen. Yeah, dampen effect here from the Bloodhounds, and he is trying to get the point, but time is ticking and the game is basically done. Yeah, so those are two POV views, kind of POV views of a player that is a beginner and what type of problem he faces, right? So as you can see, he is going in with both of his very, very expensive unit, very expensive roster. Even here in the reinforcing army, no chaff really, no high mobility pieces. Of course, he doesn't know that, but yeah, you can see that here as well. Like Skull Cannon, that was something that could have probably in other hands won someone the game, right? For me, yeah, Deepwood Scout's pretty nice value here. Also, the other shooting that went high. Yeah, I traded basically everywhere pretty nicely. When we look at my summons here, I also didn't bring a lot of chaff, right? More likely, more riders, a lot of riders here, plus the Zoats that we didn't see. Yeah, guys, that's it. Very interesting insight also for me to see what happened and how it was to play against someone like that. But for now, I'm gonna fetch myself a green tea.